KT Saddlery friends. Today for Focus on Friends on this cold, snowy February day, we're at the Detweiler farm, one of our friends and neighbors in Bedminster. We're going to talk to Ray Detweiler, see how he runs his dairy farm, and learn a lot of neat facts and see a lot of great cows, and just get in there and take a look at what he does. So let's go. Here we are at Ray and Deb Detweiler's barn. We're inside the dairy barn with all the dairy cows. Now, Ray, how many cows are in this barn?
81.
81 cows. So does that make you a large dairy barn, a mid-sized dairy barn, small for this region?
For this area, medium for this area. There's 3 or 4 farms that are a little larger than ours, maybe another 20 or 30 cows. And then there's some that are maybe half our size. So
okay.
It's enough.
And this is a 4th generation dairy barn?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Okay, so great-grandfather,
yes,
grandfather, father,
and now me.
And now you.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ray, tell me, these are all Holstein cows?
Yes. Yeah, there's a couple red Holsteins in the herd.
Okay.
But, we did have a couple jerseys, but we didn't care for them too much.
Okay. Well, why didn't you like them so much?
They're just too small, and they're really bossy. Them little jerseys are bossy. They would boss the big Holsteins around, so we kind of phased them out.
Okay.
My wife liked them, but didn't really care for them.
Okay, so there's about 81 cows here.
Right.
Now, this is wintertime, Ray. Are they inside now most of the time?
Yeah, most of the time, especially if it's really cold and icy or something. There's no reason for them to be out. You know, get a little exercise, but when the weather's really bad, you don't want to take a chance on losing an animal by one of them splitting, slipping out and splitting and hurting themselves. So
now, unlike horses, horses you got to kind of turn them out a lot,
right? Because
then they'll colic. They can't. You got to get out and move around. Is that not so with cows?
No.
They could kind of just hang out.
Yeah, they can hang out here. They like being bored. They don't like change. They like a routine. The same routine all the time makes the most milk. They don't like change.
Okay.
So they don't even like weather change. It affects them a little bit. When it gets real warm, they don't like heat at all. The cooler the better. The barn, we try to keep it about 45 degrees, nice and cool. It's a little chilly for us, but they love it.
So a day like this, and it's probably about 35 degrees, this is a perfect day for a cow.
Yes.
For a dairy cow.
Right.
Is that the same with steers? They like it cold too?
I would say beef, yeah, especially because they got a lot of meat on their bones, a lot of hair. Yeah.
Okay. So when you say they don't like a change in routine, now that means you probably have to have the same routine every single day.
Correct.
All the time.
Correct.
There's
We're milking every 12 hours. Try to stay on that schedule all the time.
Well, tell me, how does your day start? Are you here by yourself, or you have guys that help you out?
I have a nephew that helps some mornings, and we have 3 part-time people. They all take turns with the milking.
Okay.
There's a girl that helps 4 mornings, and then 2 others that switch off nights and the other mornings of the week. So they're always pushing up feed and scraping in the manure and helping me milk, prepping the cows for milking. So we start at 4:30.
4:30.
And we're milking by
4:30. The lights are on in the barn.
Right.
Everybody's here.
Yep.
Okay. And what's the first thing you do?
Clean out all the old feed from the mazers.
Which would be right here.
Yeah. Anything they didn't eat in 24 hours comes out, and
because they can't eat anything that's not fresh.
Well, they can, but they won't milk on it. I mean, we try to feed so there's very little waste. There's only a little bit left. Something maybe they slopped water in, or some corn cob or something they just won't eat. So whatever they didn't eat, we'll clean out, and
where does that go?
That'll go in the manure pile. It'll mix in with the manure and can be spread on the field in the spring.
Okay.
And then we feed fresh feed and check their bedding and sanitize the milking system. And
how long does all this take?
There's about an hour prep work, and then about 2 hours for milking, and then another hour and a half to finish up the barn work, bed the animals, feed all the. My wife takes care of the calves. Deb feeds all the calves. She every morning before work and every night after work.
Wow, that's a lot of work for Deb.
That is. She works full time as a nurse and
helps you too.
Yeah.
She's a good wife.
Yes, very good wife. You have to be a farmer's wife.
Yeah.
Because it ain't a fun job.
What is in the feed that they're eating here, Ray?
Everything is mixed together. It's chopped corn, ground corn, chopped hay, baled hay, roasted soybeans.
For protein.
Right.
Yep.
And some bought protein pellets, which has some minerals and different vitamins and stuff in it. And it's all mixed together in a mixer, which we can show you later. And it's fed 3 times a day. So all they can eat, but we don't want them to waste it.
So obviously, though, this formula that you've developed or you've done over the years or animal nutritionists help you with, this formula has to be for optimum milking then, right?
Correct.
So you have kind of your own little magic formula that gives you the best output?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not rocket science, but it's got to be fresh, and you want to. That's our goal all year long, is to put up good feed, whether it be baled hay or in the silos.
So then you're pretty much done this morning routine by 9?
Yeah, about 9 o'clock. And
then what do you do?
Well, in the wintertime, you could kind of do whatever. You just make sure all the animals have fresh water and everybody's bedded up. And then during the day, we'll come along and push up feed, keep pushing the feed around so they can keep nibbling on whatever they want. They can pick through whatever's left in front of them. And if somebody needs more feed, we'll feed more feed.
All right, so 4 to 9, that's the big time. Everything gets going. Then you kind of take a break. Now, when do we come back at nighttime then?
Well, at night, you want to be in the barn about 4:30, and it's the same routine. We don't clean the troughs out again, but push up feed, and scrape in all the manure, and sanitize the system, and I'll mix feed again.
And you're done again by like 8 or 9?
Yeah, well, 7:45, 8 o'clock. Yeah.
So what happens if you want to go out at night?
Well, you either got to get somebody to cover for you and get the milking done, or if you're going to go off schedule and then sacrifice production, you could milk earlier, and then
So
try
it's
to get
kind of
out.
hard for you to leave.
Yes, very much.
So you're pretty much here all the time.
Right. I mean, you can pick your 12-hour schedule. You can start at 2 in the morning and then start at 2 in the afternoon. But most times you can't get your helpers here at 2 in the afternoon, and who wants to get up at 2 in the morning? And then you want to be in the field to start raising these crops and harvesting these crops for the herd as early in the morning as you can, because when it gets dark at night, you're kind of time to quit then. You can work at night, but it's not as easy.
So in the wintertime, this schedule's maybe a little bit better, but then in the spring, summer, and fall, you have to be out doing your field work.
Right. It's crazy.
Wow. But they're out then.
Right. They're in and out.
Okay.
Yep. Try to get them out on pasture. For a little while anyway. If it's really hot, it doesn't do them any good
But
to
you
get
still
out.
do the same milking schedule year-round?
Yes, year-round, every day.
Wow, Ray. That's a busy life.
Yeah, it is.
But you look good.
Yeah, well, I look great.
Okay. Okay, so what should we do next? We should move to the feed room.
Yeah.
Okay, now here we are in the Detweiler Farm feeding room. Ray's going to tell us what goes into this mixture that he feeds the cows and on the machines. So, Ray, this is a gigantic what?
This is a mixer, TMR, Total Mixed Ration.
Okay.
And there's 10 different models, 10 different sizes. You want a mixer that fits the herd size you have. So.
Oh, they make them even bigger?
Oh yeah, they're much bigger. 3 times as big for the big dairies. 1,000 cow, 2,000 cow dairies, and those they would probably pull with a tractor and pull it around the farm and feed them. They're mainly outside, most of the animals, all the time. So everything is conveyed from the silos, which we fill the silos, all year long, trying to put fresh feed in.
This is a conveyor?
And then, after it's mixed, it comes out the conveyor and into the electric carts, and then we go through the barn and feed the cows.
Okay, so in here is all the ingredients we already talked about.
Right.
The corn, the hay, everything chopped up.
Right. And the mixer mixes it all together like succotash. That way they don't get a slug of one type of feed.
Right.
Every time they take a bite, they get goodies.
It's all blended.
Right.
Now, what would happen if this broke? That would be bad news for you.
Yeah, I couldn't feed cows.
Right. So, do you have to have the service all the time?
Well,
you have somebody who comes out in case of emergency?
Well, you can get somebody to come out, but our problem is in our area, everything has to come from Lancaster. So they're 2 hours away. And you pay travel time, you pay a mileage charge.
Has this ever broken on you?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay,
so,
we won't say that then.
Yeah. But it has, maintenance schedule. We try to keep everything greased every 2 weeks, checking gearboxes and whatever.
Yep.
Some of the newer things are low maintenance, but there's still some grease zerks that have to be taken care of. So my nephew and I try to take care of things. Every 2 weeks you try to get it serviced.
This is kind of the lifeblood of the operation.
Right.
Nothing can happen to this.
Right. That and the milking machine. If I can't milk them or water them and feed them, everything comes to a halt.
Okay,
because they need to be milked and they need to be fed, just like a person. Really, they got to have their nourishment. So.
Now let's head over to the milking room
Milk house.
Milk house?
Right.
Let's see what goes on there.
All right.
Okay. Okay, we're in the milk house. Now we've gotten the milk from the cow through the glass tube into this tank.
Right.
Which is kept at how many degrees?
38 degrees. It has to be 38 degrees in order for the truck to take it. If
Okay.
it's warmer than that, he's not supposed to take it to the load it on the truck with other milk.
Okay, so that'll stay pretty consistent at 38 degrees.
It will, because it's all constantly being agitated and cooled. Whenever it gets higher than 38, the coolers will kick on and keep it at that temperature.
Okay. All right, so this is kind of the end process then.
Right, right. And then he takes it to the dairy, and we get paid twice a month from the dairy co-op that we're hooked up to, and they deduct hauling, promotion, advertising, fuel surcharge, which is getting to be a big thing.
I know.
And then we're paid by the hundredweight. And the price has been down the last 2 years, so with 2 years of bad weather, one being wet and one being dry, and now you know, the low milk prices, we've been really struggling. All the dairy farmers have. It's been a bad situation. So we need everybody to drink milk. More the better.
Drink milk, KT customers.
Yeah.
Lots of it.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to head over to talk about our newspapers.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
Where we keep the dry cows.
All right, let's head there. Now we're in the dry cow barn, or as I call it, the mommy cow barn. And these are our heifers in their last 2 months of pregnancy, correct?
Well, the dairy cows.
Dairy cows.
Well, there's 2 heifers in here, which are an animal that did not have its first calf yet.
Oh, okay.
When she has her first calf, then she's considered a cow. Right now, she's still a heifer. And we have 2 in here that are 2 weeks from having their calf.
All right, so KT customers, this is what Detweiler Farm needs from us. The bedding in here is a mixture of straw and shredded up newspaper. So what we need to do is collect more newspaper for our dry cow barn for the bedding for the mommy cows here. And then Ray's going to show us how he shreds it up.
Right.
And I'll give you, my customers, some great instructions at the end of this of how we're going to start to gather up newspapers at the store to help Ray out.
That'd be good.
Well, we're going to do that for you, Ray.
All right,
Because
appreciate it.
you're our neighbor and friend. Okay, so what do we do here? This is a shredder.
Yeah,
I'm going to put my hand in there.
It's called a chopper.
Chopper.
So
Okay.
it's going to be noisy, but I can show it to you anyway.
Oh my God! Oh my God, that's so much fun!
So it works great.
Okay, my first question is, where was that at my birthday party?
I don't know.
I would have loved to have that. Obviously, this doesn't bother our
No, they
our
love
cows. They like this, huh?
Yeah, and then they like standing under it. They like that stuff blowing on their back. Seems like a lot of times they'll get up and come walk right under it when it's chopping.
Yeah, and it's so cushiony.
Right.
Okay, well, we're going to get you some newspaper and help out these mommies.
I can use newspaper, phone books, no magazines, and long as it's dry. If it's wet, I can't chop it.
Okay,
But I could use 20 bundles a day. We could get it
okay.
because it works really well. It's very absorbent.
All right, Ray. Well, hey, thank you
You're welcome. Thank you.
for this great interview. And thanks, KT customers and friends, and we'll see you next time.